eslgaming.com.
Ancient on the cards. Opening map pick of Lynn Vision. They've looked brilliant on it during the playoffs. But IHC, it might be more of a middle ground map. But it's safe to say they've had plenty of time to get into shape on this map, given they've played it in almost every single series. So for nothing else, I'm expecting an extremely competitive affair here on Ancient.
Yeah, it should be. Sees that start, of course, for Lynn Vision. And we see some moments of brilliance from them on it. Techno taking first contact as well. Flashed off the angle, but this is looking already pretty dicey for them. Has to be cleared. They'll find one for his traded story. Quick to drop Techno as they take that B site.
Lack of a kick could be a problem. Flashbang on Blitz. Have to use that perfectly. The smoke is causing problems. Flash is going to send these players through. One of them's low. That's Annihilation. Kabul needs to find frags. Trying to connect and can't make it happen. Blitz comes through the smoke in this retake. Ended before it even started. Going through that smoke was always going to be difficult. And they just couldn't connect with the shots. It's just Score. Lynn Vision are going to collect this pistol round. And Score might even think about saving the armor. Sticking around for now, hoping for at least a consolation frag. Might find it, but it's not going to change the result. Lynn Vision get on the board. Opening round goes their way. And couldn't really got any better. Got all the map control for free and just played a great afterplan.
Well played. Starry cracking things open as well. We've been beckoning on Starry to kind of step up and continue to be such a dominant factor for, statistically speaking, the best player in Challenger League this season. And, well, he proved it in round one. Great start from him. 3 kills means a nice, lovely full buy for Lynn Vision. AK's out, Galil's in support, and a fairly decent amount of utility. For IHC, they've gone for that full investment, but it's just pistols being brought to the table. Deagles across the board, a couple of 5.7s.
Decent damage. We've seen a lot of mistakes from teams against these sort of rounds in this playoffs, but I feel like these are the 2 teams that are the most unlikely score. That is brutal. Pre-firing the corner. Westmelon has hardly got a lot of HP, and Score says no. 2 headshots found, and I would not be peeking this guy anymore if I was Lynn Vision. That is frightening.
2 bullets, 2 headshots. That 5.7 is mean. Well, now, of course, time ticking, Annihilation in behind as well. Nelly will fall, and he's looking for another goal, hunting for it, and he'll find it. Annihilation. Had it all down to Zaka. This man has been called upon time and time again, and once again he's stepping up to the play. What a lovely double. 1 versus 1, and it's Cabal in behind. And Zaka seems to have an inkling. He seems to be aware, holding, waiting, spotting, and now just hightailing it back over towards the A site, or not, in fact. He was tempted to go to B there, but I actually will pull the trigger, make him over towards A. But we should be able to go down before the rotation gets there in time. Oh no. What is that plot? Zaka's going to fall. Cabal called that perfectly. Zaka, that is a misplay.
I don't know why he wasted any time. He knew exactly where Cabal was. He knew he had to be on B. He knew he had the time to get onto A. But he seems to... I think he overthinks it and tries to sell presence that he's still going towards B to just absolutely hold the player. Maybe he didn't know where Cabal was, actually. I don't know. It's all very confusing. Looks a bit bizarre in the end, but it doesn't change the result. As mentioned, those rounds have been so potent in this playoffs, and Annihilation with his 2K Deagles score shots were absolutely disgusting. Wow. If that's going to set a statement for this series, I'm all for it.
Jesus, I mean... that is a real crumble coming through there from Lynn Vision. Of course, it's all about starts. We'll find ourselves an opener, Expo. At least cracking this one open a little bit. M4 when they're scooped up too. They're more than happy to run with it.
Techno. He's going to peek through. Good timing. Risky play, but he makes it work. Brings back the deficit. Man advantage again, and no opportunity now for this T side to recover weapons and use that to their advantage. Nelly's clearing mid. He's got a bit of a gap, actually. There's nobody really around him. Cabal might be in trouble if he gets pinched from Donut as well, so IHC need to get a move on and start to stabilize his mid area.
Pop shots. Starry. Trying to find a bit of space to work with. And Starry's finding a bit of magic as well. That's a great shot to open things up. Thankfully, Techno will trade him out, but they can still potentially get a bomb down. It's like, say, it's actually getting a little bit dicey now. All out to one man, Zaka. Hand cannon this time. Only finds damage. As IHC will collect their second, take a lead as well. I mean, forced to come through. You look at those Lynn Vision as well, they don't really have any money to work with. That was a great opportunity. You know, fair play. Made it somewhat expensive. Needed to be resounding as well. Force buy coming through, doesn't work, and Lynn Vision now left with a pretty limited amount of economy to work with heading in towards this round number 4. For IHC, a decent kind of turnaround on their CT side. They've got room to work with now as well. Bit of comfort under their belt, and I don't think they'll be too worried at all.
This is the result of winning those reset rounds, is you're just in absolute economic heaven. You're up against a incredibly minimal buy now.
Yeah.
If you can keep 4 or 5 players alive, you've got money for days, even if you lose the following, to buy again. So IHC winning a very crucial reset, and Techno in the previous did a lot of work to make sure it didn't go back the other way. So all eyes on this man. I think he might not be the highest rated player. He might not be statistically the best player, but in terms of impact, Techno has been brilliant during the playoffs. He was so good in the rounds, getting them to this point, and obviously the conference spot alongside that. So, yeah, Techno is definitely a man to keep your eye out for in this game.
So I've come through. Of course, the division already down to 3. They have been completely decimated towards mid. Annihilation, full blind finds 2, and Techno sung his praises. Stepping up 1, transferring towards the second, not finding the damage. Just having to fall away. 17 points of HP to apply some time for a rotation to come through, but he needs to be extremely careful. Bomb might be able to go down, and in fact, it won't. Will, in fact. No, sorry. Just commits. I'll find a kill off the back of it as well.
Oh, that's one of those rounds where Starry just shows what he can do. He got a massive kill on a player flanking behind him. That second one was absolutely disgusting. And a bomb plant, 2 frags. Suddenly, as we were saying, what should have been a gimme round is an understatement against that sort of buy.
Yeah.
To get a bomb plant out of that and limit the economy, that's honestly a result for Lynn Vision.
Yeah, they'll be happy with that. Of course, now it means they've got plenty of economy to work with heading in towards this next round. A buy to come through, and well, a response needed, right? I mean, where we are right now for Lynn Vision, they need to be careful not to let IHC kind of just start to pick up the pace and run away with things early doors. That could get really problematic. So, they need to go through Cabal, take a first contact towards pull away towards Donuts. It's Techno again. He's called upon him to step up to the plate. Takes a little bit of Molotov damage, but look at the space and info he's got. He knows they've wrapped through. Lynn Vision, they're in a precarious spot.
Oh, Flash is bad. Flash is bad. Doesn't go in front of Techno. Annihilation. Going to collect the first score of the second. Oh, that could have worked brilliantly for Lynn Vision if the Flash was better placed, but it wasn't effective. 2 to the lesser, trying to take some space in mid as a response. They've seen so much on B that there must be some room to work with on this side of the map, but Kabul making it so hard to find him. I don't think he's seen these T players either, so a matter of timing. Who catches who off guard? Arm spotted. Kabul gets the first. He knows where Zaka is. Peeks wide. Zaka's up close. Blitz is stuck behind the site. Swings wide and is taken down. Should be a little bit of time here to get the bomb planted, but Score doesn't want to let that happen. Bomb, though, is not in his eye shot, but in behind. Lines them up. 1 found, and he calls out the second. It should be an easy ending, and indeed, Score makes it happen. Good hold from him in IHC, making it look a little bit easy there at the end.
Gotta say, for Lynn Vision, small mistakes are really starting to compile in quite a notable stead right now. It's not looking good. 4 to 1, bit of a gap being built up, and I guess a bomb plant does mean they got money to work with on top of the loss bonus, but I think Lynn Vision, they themselves know that was a fairly decent opportunity. But the lack of clearing, they had the site, but the post wall wasn't exactly comfortable, and IHC, they're walking away with quite a few rounds that maybe a lot of people wouldn't have really expected them to come out on top of. Of course, full buy coming through both ways, but the AWP double up setup, in fact, for IHC, something which we saw wielded yesterday, and it did work wonders. But you just see how it pans out now, and on a map like Ancient as well, it's probably the perfect place for it.
Mid is taken, 4 out. This is fast. Meeting no resistance, they're going to speed up. Blitz is here. Kabul, of course, secondary AWP. Takes the angle, gets the first, calls the second out. Blitz chiming in as well, and this is a massacre. It's an absolute murderous row. as they try and work their way out. What do you even do from here if you're Lynn Vision? You try and take some space, try and force some duels, but Score is meeting his mark. It's just Expo, and this round has been a non-starter. That was a catastrophe.
Alan, you might be right. I'll let in favor of Lynn Vision, but they don't look awake so far. They're really not looking too comfortable right now. I mean, great, they're taking map control, they're taking some precedence, but my God, are they struggling to find any success right now? This has been one-sided, to say the least, and hey, how things are right now, I think IHC, they are more than comfortable just to keep this ticking over. Another pause to be called. Lynn Vision in quite the precarious spot where they themselves know that they can't put up a formidable T side. They're going to struggle. IHC are fairly decent on their T side, as we saw yesterday. This could get worrying before things even kick-starts. 4-round lead. Economy flourishing for the CT side, where for Lynn Vision, they're back to just pistols. This is more or less a guarantee of IHC finding 6 and already starting the road to what is an unbelievably unstoppable CT side. And maybe even us getting to the point of asking the question, is it too little too late before the half's even up?
Should be using this timeout to have a discussion. Very different reasons they've been losing these rounds. 2 ago, it was a lack of team play, a lack of quick thinking to stall out the aggression. Previous was a very aggressive round, making a lot of noise, thunderfooting, no utility as they went into A. So, I don't know. I think if I'm Lynn Vision, I'm just dropping the pace, playing some slower rounds. We know how proficient they are on Ancient, and they just haven't truly given them an opportunity to show it yet. So, yeah. I wouldn't get ahead of yourselves in the following rounds. There's still a lot of Counter-Strike left to be played. And honestly, if you can just make it up to 4 or 5 rounds, you're definitely still in the map of age.
Oslo comes through. That denies a lot of that presence. And Score, speaking of him, for the flank, this should be an easy mop-up. 3-2 kills. If they line up for him. Okay, play a bit of trigger discipline. I like this. I like this. Who knows? No one else here. I don't see them off with relative ease. Their player is in no man's land right now. Starry over towards A site. Nobody there, but the AWP is holding. I'm sure in a matter of time we'll spot him out. Swinging, finding annihilation. Never in doubt. Another flawless, back-to-back flawless rounds. In fact, for IHC, granted that one was just pistols. Lynn Vision aren't even testing the waters right now. They're not even making this competitive in any sense. It is one-sided. I think it's safe to say IHC that they've done their research for their revision, and it's paying off in dividends right now.
Certainly has. Certainly has. IHC have looked flawless. They've barely made any mistakes whatsoever thus far. From the second round onwards, get that reset and just roll with the economy. Their bank is starting to really blossom as well behind this. Players like Score have been sensational at playing out of Jaguar, making it so difficult to default for this CT side blitz. We know how potent he can be as a player, and around these sort of donut areas, it's so easy to force good fights. So, looking across the board, Lynn Vision have got to produce something brilliant if they want to crack this defense, and thus far there hasn't been a single hole.
Making it through, could do a little bit more damage on exit as well. It's a B, it's Cabal. Takes an aggressive fight, missed shot will be punished. Starry will fall just after the fact for Zaka. For the finest of margins, stays alive, and trades keeps the numbers in favor for Lynn Vision. It's already looking a little bit better. And so Annihilation steps up. Double all setup may not be working for Cabal, but for Annihilation it damn well is. 3 versus 3. 50 seconds on the clock as the bomb slowly makes its way over towards that B site. It's all down to Techno. Has to come alive here. Smoking towards that front side. Push in front of it, and he will fall. And I'll crack open the B sides. Right, see, it's looking like... No, okay, good. They're going to go for this.
At least play for exits. I'm not sure this retake's on. Annihilation is so low. You stick around, you hope for an overface, and you limit this economy. That's the game right now. As Score starts to creep in, you can tell by the speed they're going that this is not actually going to be a retake. But every frag here is so pivotal. Every opportunity gets to limit this team money going into following rounds is absolutely enormous. But for now, Lynn Vision, they'll be so happy just to get on the board. They'll be so happy. Missed shots there in Donut made it all the easier. It was a great try from Blitz. Got the second dink, but it wasn't to be with the frag. And it's kind of worked. They've only 1 player left alive. This is still pretty good for IHC. Make it 0 with the bomb explosion. So big chance to get another reset and more ecos in following rounds.
everything is going to the IHC plan right now. Annihilation is being a real force to be reckoned with. Even, yes, of course, the retake, as you rightfully mentioned, it wasn't on. There was no way they're going to make that work. It was so difficult with the time already ticking. But for them to make it expensive, and the fact that Lynn Vision have nobody saved the cross, look at what they're now, and you're seeing Rails coming through, and really on. Bobbing, weaving, but Annihilation finding. What a shot towards Nelly that is. That's quick. And then behind, Cabal makes it one. Should have been two. Trigger Nispin would have been his best friend, but not to be. Numbers still favourable for the CT side. That's two remain alive for Lynn Vision.
No need to overface if you're IHC. This site is nigh and impossible to plant on at the best of times. And when you're 2 against 4, all you need to do is wait for the tap. All you need to do is wait for them to make the first move. And you're going to win this one. Scores the insurance policy. Look at him coming in from behind. They have absolutely no idea. X-Pro collected. And now Zach is in for a world of pain. Might get one, but there's the buddy system. 7 rounds on the board for IHC. And again, Lynn Vision just can't chain rounds together. They can't get consecutive bomb plants. This is getting very nerve-wracking for them at Pig.
This is not looking comfortable. And I was feeling pretty confident, pretty comfortable coming in towards this one, thinking Lynn Vision, their run of form right now is unbelievable. No side, apart from a 1 attempt, has got even double digits against them. They haven't lost the map. They're flawless in playoffs. I was feeling confident. I'm sure they were also feeling very confident. But my God, it's not looking great right now. They are struggling on a map in which Lynn Vision currently are 5 for 5, 100% win rates in the last 3 months. On HLTV, you're thinking this is great work and surely an easy mop-up. This entire veto and the entire sort of game starts to really change hands if Ancient falls in quite a dominant fashion. Then we look, of course, to map number 2, Inferno. Inferno, on paper, should be one-sided. It's more often than not IHC's first pick on an international scale as well. So you do get really worried about how Lynn Vision can respond.
If IHC pick this up, they've got 2 map picks still to come in this series. And if they get those, it's over. They win the whole tournament. So this map is so important for Lynn Vision just to convert. It should have been their most advantaged map. In fact, with the way the veto works, it definitely should be their most advantaged map in this series. And it's starting to look a little bit troublesome. Those are some nice frags. And Annihilation's under a tad of pressure here just to stay alive, stop the onslaught, and wait for those rotations. Doesn't need to fight too much here. He's actually going to re-peek. He pays the price. Should have waited for his teammates. 2-on-2. Suddenly, Lynn Vision might be getting an opportunity to get back into this game on the pistols. Westmelon finds a gap, peeks through. Blitz is so low, but doesn't go down. This is on a knife edge as both teams are seeking out duels. Kabul finds one, and it's just Westmelon. Kabul might have saved them. Westmelon's in the back lanes, trying to get a good angle. Blitz goes in first. He's the low HP player, now alerted. Kabul is a kit, trying to find the kill, and indeed he does. And what a clutch. IHC, after playing so many superlative gun rounds, almost dropped the ball against the pistols, but Kabul, the man himself, is there to save them.
Exactly, yeah. Thankfully as well, the AWP as well comes across. I mean, money's never really going to be an issue for IHC anymore, but a bit of a messy one. Chaos as well is sometimes, or a lot of the time, as we've seen throughout this entire playoffs, where Lynn Vision do their best work. Not today. IHC, they have come out the gate flying in towards map number 1, and this entire series, as I was saying earlier, goes into a little bit of array. But for IHC right now, they are so comfortable just to keep this ticking over. And bearing in mind, Lynn Vision, they've already called 2 tacks, so this is not exactly plain sailing for them. They've called the tacks, they've had ideas, they've tried them, and they failed, which means that they are really in a bit of a state of emergency right now. 6 rounds behind, their map pick, and IHC can very comfortably put up double digits on this first half. That's a decent opener. Nelly nice flash. Story will open things up. Westmelon going to find one as well. Score to 4. Now we're seeing Lynn Vision do what they do best. Take fights and win them.
Getting more aggressive. Techno's looking for an angle. He's dead to rights if he pushes through his left eye. Molotov is going to flush him back a little bit further. As IHC, 2 men to the deficit, decide we need to lean towards this B bomb site. Molotov comes in. That's going to force Blitz to move around. Noise cube given away. And Techno tucks himself into this cubby. Nobody going through for now. But as we can see, that bomb is not heading anywhere towards B. They made a decision. It's going to be A instead. And right now, IHC have no presence. Kabul, he needs to get an inkling. Needs to get some information and make his way over. Or this is going to be a train wreck.
unlucky. Cabal pushed the smoke, will fall. Techno just found us off one, but I think this round in jeopardy, and to a case of probably a safe call now. Techno rotating over, the bomb will go down. I mean, they may as well give this a go in a sense they got money, but it could be really, really rough later on into the earliest, the later stages, may I say, of this first half. If they can make it expensive on exit, that'd be nice, but it's not needed. Yeah, a couple of taps to Techno, but he wants nothing to do with it. Just showing face, showing some presence, seeing he can kind of keep them close to the bomb radius as Blitz goes in for a very, very passive save. That's 2 rifles for IHC. They're just going to keep ticking over. For Lynn Vision, a much better round. And finally, we see some success come out of this Lynn Vision side. It's been a rough start to their map pick. Very little to be positive about. Already now, there's a bit of backbone to it. I mean, of course, there's a world, technically speaking, in which they get 7 at the half. It's incredibly improbable, but, you know, not impossible.
Some life left in them, though, that's for sure. After such a horrific period at the start of this half. Winning rounds, getting entry kills. Remember the pistol round they almost won a couple ago? That, again, inspires more and more confidence. Maybe they just came in a little cold. Haven't played a game in quite a few days, whereas IHC have had an onslaught of Counter-Strike. Maybe that's the difference here, now that Lynn Vision are well and truly warmed up. And IHC will have to raise their game. They're going to continue this CT side streak. Bit of a default, but Blitz is way out in the open. There's a player above him. That's Zaka. How's nobody spotted each other? Wow. Blitz still finds the kill. Trade is there. And this has been a very punchy round already.
Bad. These are space created as well. For Lynn Vision, very spaced out. Looking to try and find an overextension. Speaking of Cabal, big push through A. No one's here. They know this. Doesn't matter. Annihilation will step up. Starry falling, supporting kill. And Cabal will continue to flank. A lot hinging on his success as Techno drops a smoke. No one will push in front of it too. So he's happy just to park up. Pump the brakes a little bit. Extra will find one. That's the bomb as well. Dropping it in towards ramp will be huge. Spotted. And he will fall. Score. That's important. A smoke in front of it as well. Lynn Vision there in a precarious spot. 2 players in towards Jaguar, but nowhere to go.
Cabal needs to get over. They know where the bomb is. Smoke is going to isolate Annihilation out for him. A little bit of time, but the Molotov lets him reposition on towards long. And now Cabal's starting to flank. Time also starting to become a problem as Annihilation peeks his way in. This man needs to stop overfacing in these situations. Play off your teammates. Score, fortunately, is a little bit more patient. Collects the first. And now Cabal is sprinting. Annihilation doesn't need to take a single fight. Bomb has to be collected. There's no time to go A. But now need to plant here would be almost impossible. He's going to tap it. But Cabal's out. And from here, trapped in the smoke, should be no escape. And there's your retake. IHC collects a 9th.
And you know, for Cabal as well, just generally as a player, while he may not be the flashiest, right? I mean, he's always so consistent. He's such a backbone to his IHC roster, and I think quite often he's overlooked, right? I think even us, right? We didn't really kind of mention as one of the names to look out for because he isn't really one of those players who, you know, turns up in terms of dropping 30 kills and, you know, put up these monstrous 3-4Ks, but that's his 3rd clutch that he's pulled off already. I mean, clutch in big quotation marks. The 3rd round that he individually has stepped up to the plate and won it. And I mean, those sort of players are so invaluable to rosters, especially when you're filled with stars. You got Annihilation, who's unbelievable, and at the moment playing exactly like that. Score, who, you know, prior to the major and at it, was the big name for this roster. And Techno, who throughout playoffs has been so good. You got all these star players. You just need a little bit of comfort, and hey, well, he's exactly that. Techno tucked. Might be the worst of him, though. Great flash. Techno finds 2 before he falls to the flames. Annihilation will step up.
All the players are here now. All the players are here. More flashes, more damaging nades. Zakia gets a good kill on the flank, and that might open up a little bit of space. They may need to make a quick decision. Bomb is sprinting its way out, but Score should hear all of this. The ball's repositioning. Zakia finds a gap, but can't quite cross. Bomb is dropped now in Donut, and this round is over. X-Pro is so far off. So far off. Spotted as well by the jump spotting player. And Shimidi's end at the hands of Score. Gets a decent fight over the box, but it won't be enough. So IHC have a couple rounds, a little bit of wavering, but they're right back at it. They're up to double digits. And as mentioned, this is the 2nd time this has happened during playoffs total. Reaching double digits against Lynn Vision. And this time, I would be stunned if they don't go a lot further.
So impressive, isn't it? Already up to double digits. A 7-round buffer as well. I mean, confidence is brimming in this side. And Lynn Vision, they just already look deflated. And we're not even into the series just yet. They need a serious, I think, kind of half-time mark, a serious pause and a conversation. Lads, like, what is going wrong here? Of course, I know they're on the T side of Ancient, which a lot of teams aren't too favorable about. Lynn Vision were one of those sides that we were saying, they're scary. Their T side was good. So looking at it so far, in towards mid. Space taken, a double stack here. Techno and Score. This could be really deadly, and they've got support of Annihilation just around the corner too.
Big gap in mid. G2 smoke comes in. That's the one to the right-hand side. Allows the CT wrap. Flash is there. The Starry peaks. Flash is good. Smoke's even better. And nobody's nearby to stop them. IHC tuck into the side, but you can see them. They're scared of Donut, they're scared of A main, they're scared of the CT wrap. There's so many positions to cover, and they simply have to guess. Blitz decides, I've got to take some fights. Kabul is now absolutely alone. Nobody else is in his postcode. Players trying to rush through this smoke just to provide any sort of support. And Kabul is up against the world. First kill found. Buys time. Peeks out second. Is an absolute annihilation. Makes it third. And Kabul is in a complete monster. Can't get the fourth, but he's won them this round. Westmelon's HP is so low. He has a little bit of time. But Kabul is an absolute beast. Pulls off that clutch, and this hold was even better. IHC need to thank this man.
He continues to impress me, Kabul. Just a couple of rounds ago, singing his praises and showing exactly why we did exactly that. Annihilation, spotted the info, herring at the very least. And the swing doesn't find too much. Westmelon actually will get the bomb down. Just about enough time. 30 points of HP. This is going to be so rough, and it'll fall anyway. It doesn't make a difference. Bomb plant is a nicety. It's a silver lining. That's all it's going to be. Upgrades being collected. Just like that. IHC 11-2-3. I think it's probably pretty safe to say coming in towards this map, we didn't expect it to be one-sided either way. Never mind for IHC.
No, even when calling my prediction, I gave this to Lynn Vision. And it's not just the result itself, it's the fashion. This is the first time in this playoffs that Lynn Vision have actually been tested. Nobody has put them under pressure. They front run every single game. Every single game. They had one half on I think it was the T side up against Rare Adam here on Ancient, where it looked competitive. Every other half, they're just slamming. They're winning every single round. They're making it look easy. For the first time, they've got to make tough decisions. They're up against the wall, and they're just fighting for survival here. 4 rounds is only survival going to second half, and they simply have to find it, or we're going to be on map 2 very, very soon.
It's going to be rough. We can see a flip coming through for Lynn Vision. While they may have had the map advantage, it could be all but nothing. Sweet coming through, X-Pro. 2 for him. Still, even off the back of that double kill, numbers not in favor. IHC holding, waiting, blitz. Is he here? No, he doesn't. Turns his face, but Zaka will drop him. Smoke to come through as well, and a bomb plant should come off the back of it.
Bomb's way off. Bomb's way off. They haven't got it. They haven't got it. Oversight. Someone should have brought this onto the site. Of course, IHC are in the opposite position where they think it's about to get planted. That's why they're accelerating. But you can see how bit of musical chairs. X-Pro says, let's take A in the meantime. They're definitely stacking B after seeing all this presence. And I kind of hope actually the IHC pick up a rifle, because 2 AWPs on a retake, that is awfully tricky to make your way onto a bomb side, making so much noise. X-Pro can hear all of this. He can hear all of this. Flanks in behind. Kabul has no idea. Absolutely no idea. X-Pro assassinates, and now this becomes such a favored round. Annihilation, AWP in hand. What a connection. 1 versus 1. 3 to his name. 4K on the card. Zaka pinned on the bomb side. Can't move. Faces. Can't connect at Annihilation. AWP back in hand. As he jostles between the guns, and Zaka goes wide. Gets the clutch in the end. They get up to 4 round. But that is slim consolation after what has been a very troublesome half.
My God, I think there's a lot of talking Lynn Vision need to do. As you said, it's consolation, but this has been a pretty poor performance. Lynn Vision are not awake right now. They need to find some salvation in this halftime break. Just have a conversation about what's going wrong. And, well, there's quite a lot so far. IHC, what a start there. We're going to first one to a break. When we are back, ladies and gentlemen, second half underway. Can Lynn Vision rectify the situation?
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com. You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com. You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back. What a half from IHC. My God, 11-4. Safe to say, Alan, your prediction of IHC doing well, coming to fruition. It may not have been on the ancient that you predicted it, but they are looking unstoppable right now. Lynn Vision, I'm hoping Vadaman had a strong talk with them in that halftime break.
Wow, look at this. 4 players in defense, straight up B-rush from IHC, and there's just way too many players to deal with. Starry's already set up on his angle. He's so potent. Mechanical ability is off the charts, and that comes to fruition on these pistol rounds. This has been a quick one. This has been a very quick one, and exactly what the doctor ordered. Annihilation, no armor. No nades, bombs in the open. How do you even find a good duel here, let alone win this round? They're playing so passive. Starry peaks. Does actually go down. That was very, very close to being game on. But now it becomes more difficult. Nelly's close by. Sticks around on the angles. He's got a lot of time here, so no need to rush a plant. X-Pro backs off a little bit more, as he doesn't want to offer up a duel. And actually, he goes into cave. He has actually got a one-on-one. There's a bit of a gap here. Oh my lord, he's got the timing. Lynn Vision have massively overcomplicated this. They've completely overcomplicated this, and now it's a one-on-one. Annihilation, 1 kill away from putting off the impossible. and putting the greatest of nails in the Envision coffin here on Ancient.
This is setting itself up for being, well, more or less GG, right? If they find 12 here, Lynn Vision, surely this one is dead in the water. X-Pro, he has to step up to the plate. Annihilation's been so consistently good for this IHC roster, and he set himself up for so much success. They know he has to be rotating in from the other side. X-Pro does have a smoke, does have a kit. Does he clear the angle? Or the noise being heard. Annihilation, holding, waiting, and fighting. Annihilation, what a round. What a performance, Lynn Vision. Their own worst enemy in that situation, but IHC and individually Annihilation stepped up and massively, massively destroyed the hopes and the dreams of Lynn Vision finding success in the second half.
Two sides to this coin. Annihilation, yes, he plays a phenomenal round, but he should never have had the chance. It's just... that first kill from Starry, it was a great kill, but the teammates weren't there to trade. I don't know what was going on in that 2-on-1. Just play the buddy system. If in doubt, play the buddy system, and they let him slip through the net. That is the ultimate gut punch. That is a mistake that Lynn Vision hasn't made in any of these games, and I wonder, now that they're finally under pressure, finally massively down on rounds, are we starting to see more of a marquee matchup where IHC... this is what they would do to Lynn Vision in a big stakes offline tournament when they're playing for RMR spots. IHC have powered up throughout all of this competition, and Lynn Vision need to go to another level now if they want to match it. And it looks like, to me, to be honest, it's already too late here on Ancient. I think this is over.
I agree. I feel like this is done. I just can't see a world and a way in which they get back into this. The shot, double from Blitz, great towards mid. Just pistols, of course, but at least he's making it pretty concisive. Already very easy work, and Westman, I think, will be tested here. Back to that sort of range, only one winner, all down to 2. With Zach is low HP, it should be easy pickings. See it off, 13-4. My God, what has happened to Lynn Vision? This is not the Lynn Vision we saw, you know, a few days ago. And maybe it's a case of point to be made about them, you know, not playing yesterday and them being, you know, maybe slightly just, well, rusty around the edges after a couple of days not being played. This is not looking great at all at the moment, and I can't see a world in which Lynn Vision go back into it. If they lose their full buy here, this game, this round is done.
This buy is so weak as well. Wow. I mean, they've got M4s. Such little utility, but they're making good use of it. That's a great flashbang. That's a great flashbang. Get the kill. Cool, nothing else is in mid. Now can reposition. IHC trying to react on A, and actually, Lynn Vision, nobody there for the moment. They've got 2 in Donut, but if a smoke goes down in here, a deep Molotov behind the pillar, it could be very tricky peeking in those Annihilation. He doesn't expect 2 players to be on the angle. Trade is found, and he has the bomb, but I don't think you're planning on this bomb, so I've had a lot of help. And he also goes down, so he's looking a little bit troublesome from here.
It's having to wait. 2 versus 3 for IHC. They're in a bit of a predicament, but of course, there's the argument to be made. This is technically a bonus, and Score spotted one in a rotation, so potentially a guaranteed kill there. Timing could get the better of him. This rotation comes through. Westman is just on the other side.
No, never
10. We'll find one. I'm sure he spotted the mid player as well, so he should be okay. To know he has a little bit of time to work with. M4 when it's collected. 35 seconds on the clock. They can make some room to work here as the smoke comes through towards Donut.
All eyes on X-Pro. All eyes on X-Pro. Just peeks out. Wow. The score had crossed to the side suddenly. That becomes a heck of a lot harder for Lynn Vision. Bomb is still down in Temple, and this smoke on Donut is not going to stay up for long. I don't think Techno is a safe plant right now. 16 seconds. What do you even do? Because you try and take a fight, open up an avenue, then plant. But nobody's presenting themselves. 9 seconds. And he's going to fall. Lynn Vision, that got very scary. But they do find a round. And for now, they're just about staying alive.
That's it. I mean, at the very least, right? For IHC, you're thinking, hey, just a bonus. They made it expensive. So considerable positives to be taken for Lynn Vision. Even though they find success, it just doesn't really feel heartwarming in the way it should be. 13-5, 8 rounds in deficit, and for IHC, they're more than happy to take a little bit of a questionable buy here because they've got so many in the pocket to work with. Deagle just for Cabal, Galil for bullets, and AKs are across the board, but utility is lacking for the T side. which was CT. Not exactly a great start either. Annihilation will find the first. Westman has the 4. Great flash to the catch X-Pro. And he gets deleted. What a start, what entries on towards B. Zach is the last one standing on this side as he's beckoning over a rotation. But they've got the sight and the bomb should be able to be planted momentarily.
Bomb going down. He's not going to get spammed. What do you do if you're Lynn Vision? You're ready to save and give them 14? I'm not sure there's an alternative. They're sticking around, but there's just so many players to find. Molotov is going to flush one wide, but it doesn't spread to score. That's the important one. Annihilation on the cheekiest of cheeky angles gets another. Blitz is a little bit of a way off, so 2 on the side there for a moment, but score's undeniable. 2 fast kills, 14 found for IHC. Money is again a problem for this Lynn Vision squad. And now you're in an impossible scenario. You're going to save and give them 10 map points. I don't think it's an option. I think you've got to force and throw the dice.
I agree. I do. I think this is, yeah, it's horrible. And they're doing exactly that. Force by coming through. MP9s across the board. A scout for Zaka. A Starry hinged on just a Deagle. For Lynn Vision, you really got to feel for them. I mean, it's just been a misperformance the entire way through. And this buy has so much precedence behind it. If they cannot find success here, it feels dead. They can find the first. So consistently stepping up, and a Molotov deny that rotation coming through. Westman limited at just 1. MP9 can't quite farm the kills they were hoping for. The numbers now favoring. Not anymore. Scout making it problematic. Thankfully, Techno can control the spray.
Good trade. They're not aware of where these last 2 are right now. Blitz taking a lot of space in mid. And now the brakes need to be applied. Do not die, Kabul. Do not die. Don't overface. There's a teammate with him. It's just Starry. And peeking out for the trade. That is Techno. 15 found. And this one is bound to be a force buy, of course. It's not going to be a good one. IHC with a truly excellent chance to just end it here and now. Remember, the closest anybody's taken Lynn Vision is 11 to 16. They lost the map. Did rare Adam on that occasion. Lynn Vision about to lose without even making it to 6.
Yeah, I mean, my God. What a one-sided affair in Ancient. We just kind of already mentally, subconsciously just assumed this is going to be so easy for Lynn Vision. They go 2-0 up, and then, of course, as you were going to predict, the reverse sweep. This is one-sided, to say the least. And I see a lot of credit given to these guys because they have looked unstoppable. First spotted. Annihilation continues to impress, continues to be such an unstoppable force. As he finds Westman at the Molotov as well, will force X-Pro into a horrible fight. He's ticking, and he's falling. Great utility. Techno as well, allowing Score to find success there. The scout re-peeks in. Will fall to his hands. 2 versus 5. Alan, this one is done.
This is over. Absolute clinic at the end. Absolute clinic. Starry needs to play the best round of his life. Best round of his life is a good guess on the angle there into the cave. But no connection found. Nelly's trying to work an angle around this smoke. But there's just so many fail-safes here for IHC. Score finds a nice angle himself, and it's just Starry. This is over. 16 to 6 is going to be the scoreline. Starry just seeking out constellation frags from here, but there's way too many players to face. 2 are found, but it's not going to be enough. 16 to 6. Lynn Vision take their first map loss here in the playoffs. And what emphatic fashion it was. Lynn Vision are now absolutely on call. They can't believe what's just happened. IHC are here to win this final.
Vado's going to have some stern words in this break between the maps. We go into Inferno next, and you're thinking already, this is looking extremely worrying for